Caitlin Clark all night tonight.
Are you talking about my high school experience? Clark connects.
The young one here, Caitlin Clark, just dancing with the basketball, going to her left, stepping into it.
Back Benley. Here's Clark, a good look from three. She got it. The first three.
Caitlin Clark does not need much space here.
Is this shooting? That was a wild sequence there. Clark the switch on to Dolson, steps back and buries a triple. Turns, ducks in, back Benley stays with her, blocked from behind, that was Clark. Now Clark looking to push, cross-court pass. Pull, back to Clark, she will launch and bury a three. The second quarter, and Clark doing it with some defense. Comes up with the block, and then Lexi Hull finds her. Fever back within 4.
Chant of defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three.
Oop, that is! Where one guard is just a lot stronger than the other because of her experience and maturity.
Nice look from Clark, and Smith lays it home. So you have 2 assists and a bucket on the first 3 possessions.
Quarter we have seen Caitlin Clark play, showing what made her such.
Clark, the feet underneath. Back Benley working against your rule. What a move there.
About with Caitlin Samuelson at the 4. Clark bounce pass it, Smith again.
Yo, I done seen enough, man. This white girl ain't no joke, man. What's going on? What's going on, Patriots? You just locked in the hood politics where we always keep it 100, baby. I'm your host, Jay. Y'all already know on this channel. We cut straight through the BS and get straight to the issues and the policies that hit us close to home. We talk about everything from elections to national debates, all the way up to political podcasts. We throw some pop culture in there and some comedy every once in a while. Because y'all know my motto, all politics, all the time, will give you brain rot. That's why I do it, so you don't have to. Hey, man. We got to switch it up for a minute. In a way, switch it up, but in a way not. It's still, all of this is still kind of ties to politics and wokeness. You know what I'm saying? We got to get into this WNBA situation, man, because it's the perfect case study of entitlement culture who meets cold, hard reality of economics. You know what I'm saying? For 17 months, we've been watching a standoff that has now officially put the 2026 WNBA season on life support. You feel me? This story, yo, now, mind you, I've only watched the WNBA one other time in my life, and that was when they first came out, and my girl Cynthia Cooper was playing. I was in love with Cynthia Cooper when I saw that chick. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love to meet some Cynthia Cooper. She was so gorgeous to me when I was younger. You know what I mean? That was until I found out she was married. Then I was like, fuck the NBA. I mean the WNBA. Excuse my language, but I'm just keeping it real. When I found out she had a dude, I was like, yo, man, I ain't watching this crap no more. You know what I mean? Until I started hearing about this little white girl, Caitlin Clark, man. Talking about she's the female Steph Curry. So I got to follow her in her last little college year. Her and the little beef between Angel Reese and her, you know what I mean? But I was mostly watching her, and I wanted to see what she was going to do and how she was going to fit in when it came in and how they was going to react to a real player coming to the WNBA. And just as I thought, they didn't take it well. You know what I'm saying? They did not take it well. So now, here's the hood politic perspective breakdown of why this is happening and why the media is skipping over the most important facts. You know, the player union is out here demanding a percentage of gross revenue, the money that come in before a single bill is even paid. You feel me? They've been asking for an average of 26% of that gross over the life of the deal. Now, if y'all listening to the talking heads on Abby Phillips set, now we're going to get on to Abby Phillips. I got one coming up on, everybody know this chick had to apologize, but, you know, if you listen to them, they make it sound like that's a fair deal because the NBA players get 50%. But this is what they not telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? That the NBA is a multi-billion-dollar machine that's been around for 75 years pumping out profit. You feel me? And the WNBA, despite the Caitlin Clark effect and all the new eyes to the league like me and all these new people who just watching the WNBA right now because of Caitlin Clark, y'all still haven't turned a profit. And if they sign this deal, they just be bracing themselves for hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. They trying to get this is more crazier than Joe Biden saying he handed Trump the most strongest economy in the world. And that border crossings was lower when he left office than when he came in. Like, what is going on, people? Joe, this is crazy, man. The media wants to frame this as like the billionaire owners versus the starving players. You know what I mean? But let's keep it real. And I know some people ain't gonna like this. Probably a lot of the women basketball fans ain't gonna like this, but let's keep it real, man. These people are just basically giving you money so you can play around on a basketball court, so you can do something you like. You haven't turned a profit since you were a league. Since you've been invented, you haven't turned a profit. Not even with Caitlin Clark. And you, man, this is crazy. And now check it out. So let's go over some numbers. The league bumped the proposed salary cap to $6.2 million for the first year. Now compare that to the $1.5 million cap last year. That's a 4x increase under this new offer. That means salaries would jump from 120 to over 570. That's $1,000 for people playing a game that nobody freaking watches. Let's be honest. The only time people only tuning in right now because of Caitlin. You know what I'm saying? And then that would turn the max salaries for the max players from $249,000 to $1.3 million. And they saying no to that. Free apartments, like everything. Yo, this is insane. The entitlement of these chicks, Joe.
Welcome back. The WNBA's 2026 season is up in the air right now as players and owners try to strike a deal without delaying the start of training camp. Today marks the deadline for talks between the league and the Players Association, with both sides negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement. ESPN's reporter Alexa Philippou is here to talk all about it and dive in. Alexa, thanks so much for joining us. What are the major sticking points for the Players Association right now?
Well, the major sticking point throughout this whole negotiation has been revenue share, both what split of revenue share the players would get and also what that system would look like. So that's something that, it's to my knowledge, still being discussed, that they haven't been on the same page about what that could be. And the easiest way I could probably explain that is that the league is proposing a salary cap that's a little bit higher than $5.75 million for 2026, whereas the Players Union is proposing one that's closer to maybe $9.5 million. So that kind of shows you how far apart these two sides still are. But besides that, both sides still need to flesh out what a housing system could look like, and the WNBA housing has been provided by teams for the entirety of the league's existence. And they also have to still figure out a core designation system, what that'll look like moving forward, and some other smaller things like, revenue, or not revenue, but the retired player benefits and stuff like that.
Seems like they still have a lot of work to do. So tell us what things will look like if a deal is not reached. Where does the WNBA go from here?
Right. So the players and the league are meeting actually right now in New York City here where I am. And so there's a hope that there could be, that they can get closer to a deal thanks to this meeting. If that doesn't happen, then that might be where we start to see the schedule impacted. But even if a deal isn't determined, in this very meeting right now, if they feel like they can get out of this meeting and that they're closer, maybe that we'll see, no schedule impacts just yet. But I think basically at this point, you're looking at a deal has to be agreed upon the next few days for them to actually make sure that there's no impacts on the schedule. Knowing that there's a two-team expansion draft that still needs to be held, and also free agency for over 100 free agents.
Hopefully this can all be resolved for all parties involved, including the fans.
And that's crazy. And I see, I'm not up on the WNBA, and I'm not finna pretend like I am. It's a lot of people out here like Black and White Sports, and a lot of these guys, and that's how I'm learning on what's going on with the CBA and all of this crap. Through them guys. So y'all can go check them out. Shout out to Black and White Sports. They are great at this. They sit up here. They are really into this. This is what they do. I'm more a politics guy. You know what I mean? From a hood perspective, But what I do know from watching this, is that I don't like what I've seen from the beginning of when Caitlin Clark hit the floor. You know what I'm saying? It has been nothing but a bunch of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? They tried to hurt the girl. She got put out mid-season. You know what I'm saying? And now they trying to ride her fame to their last paycheck. It's just the vets holding out. The vets holding out for something that they don't even deserve, something that they don't even earn, let's be honest. They didn't even earn. Who was that who did that interview? Mad because Caitlin Clark brought fans. Like, what type of sense? Was that Brittany Griner? Who was like, this used to be a place where you could come, your laptop, and do some work. What type of sense do that make? If somebody can come to a professional basketball game, whether it's female playing or males, and they got the quietness and the comfortness to sit down in the middle of a game and do work and can concentrate, that means your game ain't worth watching. You don't have a product. That means that's just somebody there who is supporting you. Like these chicks is crazy entitled, man. I got Charles Barkley pulled up trying to get a stupid ass a warning.
These WNBA players, you could see this train wreck coming. Okay, when y'all start bad mouthing the commissioner, you have to remember one thing: the commissioner worked for the owners. The commissioner's not trying to be. I like Kathy, but she's speaking for the owners. So now I hear all these people on television for the last 3 months talking about you women, y'all got these dudes and y'all got the commissioner and y'all got the owners. I'm like, well, y'all better be careful, because you know who has power? People who got damn money. Hey, I love the WNBA. I wish you women nothing but the best. But this notion that y'all were gonna just hold everybody's feet to the fire and get whatever y'all wanted, that's not the way it works. You have to make the best deal possible. But the people got all the money, they're going to make the rules. Let me tell you two things. The three most important NBA players are Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. You know what they did to us? Sit your ass at home. Sit your ass at home twice. The notion that workers are ever gonna overpower billionaires and multimillionaires, that's never gonna happen in any capacity.
And they was generating revenue. See, that's why they got the chance to do that, because they was generating revenue. Now, did they deserve all that money? I don't know. I'm just being honest. But I'm just saying the reason why they had leverage to do that, because they was actually making money. The NBA was profitable.
ladies, I want y'all all to get paid, and I wish y'all the best. But y'all got to be very careful. Don't listen to outside noise. Y'all get in that room and say, hey, let's make the best deal. You don't want to strike. You don't want to lock out. But I've been watching for months, all these people on TV talking, but you can pay what you can get. You might not get paid what you're worth. You get paid what you can get. So I wish y'all the best, but y'all need to, hey, make the best deal. I want to say.
And that is what has been done. They gave y'all the best deal. The best deal listen, man, and I don't know why, what's his name? Adam Silverman is even playing with these chicks. I don't even know why they playing with these women. I'll be like, look, man, we've been paying you to have a hobby for what, 25 years now? So you can either keep playing here and be quiet, or you can go and leave your family and leave all your friends and leave everything you know and go overseas and be homesick for the rest of your life trying to play it over there. But you're not finna. And then on top of that, just because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese came in and they bringing y'all some more eyes and they bringing y'all attention, I said I'll give y'all a little more money to play your little game, your little hobby. Because let's be real, the WNBA at this point is just a hobby. You know what I'm saying? It's not a job. You don't have a job. This is not a job. You don't make money here. At a job, you make money. This is a hobby. Somebody is just paying y'all so your little feelings won't be hurt and you'll have your own little league. See? But they not woke. They not that woke. See, me, if I was dude, I'd be like, yeah, all this woke BS y'all on, you know what? Yeah, it's just an NBA. Now, so y'all good luck. Go try out with the men's and see what happens. That's what I would do if I was Adam Silverman. I'd be like, you know what? Y'all little entitled ass. Listen, this is all done. I'm done giving y'all money to play y'all little hobby. You want to earn some money? You want that type of money? Okay, WNBA is over with. It's just now the NBA. Since you don't mind men playing in women's sports, go ahead and jump over there. Go and try out with the Lakers and the Celtics and the Bulls. See if you make the cut. You know what I mean? This your boy Jay from Hood Politics, man, bringing y'all one of the craziest stories I've ever seen. Besides the Democrats disrespecting Jesse Jackson's son in his face. You know what I mean? All of this is sitting side by side, yo. This is crazy, man. It's your boy Jay from Hood Politics checking in, and now I'm checking out. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hood Politics 90. That's A with that little circle around it. Hood Politics 90 for my TikTokers, and I need y'all over here, my TikTokers. And for my YouTubers, follow me on TikTok, Troll King over there, Hood Politics 5.1. This your boy Jay checking in, and now I'm checking out. Y'all know how we do it, baby.